Everybody, welcome back to
Hello.
Britpops React. You're me, BP1 and BP2. We're with Elvis.
Yes.
Not physically, but
Return to Sender.
Trailer to his new film, and
Yes.
also we're going to do a reaction to In the Ghetto. So, yeah, I mean, Elvis for me, as we sort of said before, know many of the big tunes that he's thrown out, but never really seen him on stage. Don't really know much about him as a person. So we've done him 2 or 3 times now. I'm starting to grow that knowledge and understand and see some of his performances. So, be interesting to see the trailer to the new movie.
Okay.
Definitely going to be watching that without a doubt.
I mean, it's quite timely, isn't it? We're getting into this sort of journey into Elvis, and now all of a sudden there's a movie coming out.
It's going to tell us all about him.
Yeah, so it's an upcoming biographical musical drama film about Elvis Presley, directed by Baz Luhrmann, and it's due for release on the 24th of June 2022 in the UK. So we'll get into the trailer and watch that, and then, like I say, we're going to do a music reaction to In the Ghetto as well, just to round it off nicely.
Double header. Okay, here we go then. Let's watch the trailer.
There are some who'd make me out to be the villain of this here story.
Let's don't let a good thing die.
Are you born with destiny? Or does it just come knocking at your door?
He's a young singer from Memphis, Tennessee. Give him a warm hayride welcome, Mr. Elvis Presley.
Get a haircut, buttercup.
In that moment, I watched that skinny boy transform into a superhero. It was my destiny. I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley.
Mr. Hanks.
Yeah.
Are you ready to fly?
I'm ready. Ready to fly.
Tomorrow, all of America will be talking about Elvis Presley.
Where's it try not to move around so much during the takes?
I can't move, I can't sing. Some people want to put me in jail as well as moving.
They might put me in jail for walking across the street, but you're a famous white boy.
The way he sings is God-given, so there can't be nothing wrong with it.
Senator Kennedy has been shot.
Martin Luther King has been shot to death in Memphis.
That's all right for you.
Tragedy, but it has nothing to do with us.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that's so fun. I mean, it's a little bit of what we chatted about in our previous reactions, some of the knowledge nuggets that you've brought out. And obviously the trailer's following the theme of his life there. We've seen him start out, and obviously the death of Martin Luther and
John F.
Yeah. So it looks good though, doesn't it? I mean, Hanks is
Tom Hanks in there. Yeah.
I mean, look at of the period of the time as well. To actually get so much stuff of that time in both props and CGI, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So clever these days, isn't it? How they make something that is of any period in time. It's crazy.
So the young man that's playing Elvis is a chap called Austin Butler, and obviously the first question that anybody's going to ask is, is it actually him singing? And it says in one of the press releases that it is actually the young man is actually singing the Presley role. So that would be interesting to see how close he is on those. Another quick nugget of information for you. So Elvis Presley made 31 movies in his lifetime.
Wow. Wasn't that a question on one of our quiz weeks?
Possibly. But chucked it in there. But no, this looks good. Old Tom Hanks. Put on a few pounds.
Yeah. Putting on a bit of an accent there as well.
Yeah, Colonel Tom Parker. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot sort of written about him. Was he good? Was he bad? But he looked after and promoted Elvis well, I suppose. But it's going to be good to see the sort of put the timeline of his life together with, like you say, the actual events. You know, you sort of read something, but you don't always associate to Elvis or Elvis to the event. So that'll be good as well. Looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, and the outfits as well, which I've started to realise.
Yeah, you got that hair going.
Yeah.
That's a nice song.
My darling, I've hungered for your touch.
Reverend once told me, when things are too dangerous to say, sing. I'm gonna be 40 soon, and nobody's gonna remember me. I need to get back to who I really am. And who are you, Oz? I just gotta be making the most of this thing while I can. This could all be over in a flash.
Yeah.
We are the same, you and I. We are two odd, lonely children reaching for eternity. The greatest show on earth.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go. Elvis has left the building. Hey, what a road trip that must be.
Well, it looks good, mate, doesn't it?
Impressive. Yeah, some big stars in there. So June 24 in the UK.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Well, looking forward to watching that after seeing that. I mean, some really, big actors, and like you say, him singing his own songs and everything else. It's it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. All right. Well, what did you think? Let us know in the comments. Are you looking forward to seeing that? Or, are you a big Elvis fan? Or do you think that it's going to be good? Or do you think things like that is good to promote Elvis for people like me that haven't really seen much of his life and stuff like that, which I'm looking forward to seeing?
Yeah.
Do you think, well, maybe, just
leave it
alone,
be? Leave it alone?
Be, I don't
know.
There's different things like that.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do Elvis in the Ghetto.
Yep.
Should we do his official music video?
69? Do him a live one, I think, mate. Yeah, do the live one. Yeah.
We'll do a live one. We'll do a live one for you all.
Yeah, let's do a live one. Got to see him in action, haven't you?
That's true.
I mean, look at that. That already looks impressive, doesn't it? Check those booths out.
That's a cool booth.
That's Swish.
I've only seen them on cruise ships, I think. That's pretty impressive. All right, here we go then. Elvis Presley in the Ghetto. I have no idea.
As a snowflake.
That's Elvis.
On a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto. And his mama cries. But if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. Now people, don't you understand? The child needs a helping hand. You're gonna be an angry young man someday. And take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns. And a hungry little boy with the runny nose plays in the street as a cold wind blows in the ghetto. And his hunger burns.
This is quite a chilled song from Elvis, isn't it? I mean, I'm so used to seeing him sort of rocking out and stuff like that, but he's just there with his enormous collar.
Yeah.
Enormous. Even his, you can see over my shoulder here. Oh, no, you're going to see the broom. No, I'm in the way. But I'm just sort of saying that even over here, actually, the collars, everyone's got the big collars. Was that part of the time?
Yeah, that's probably part of the time. The big collars. This is much, like I say, much more stripped back. But as we saw from the introduction of that movie clip, his roots were in gospel. That's where he sort of grew up. So this is very gospel-esque. It was originally written by a chap called Mac Davis, and I think he originally recorded it in 1969, I think, but going back quite some time. But so this is very. So he's got his gospel side, he's got his rock and roll side. He could do everything. So yeah, nice song. And he's just standing there looks cool from head to foot, doesn't he? To be fair.
He does, yeah. A lot of the... I mean, we haven't done any of the sort of huge Elvis tracks, I guess. But all the ones we have done, I could be wrong here, in your little information of nuggets, or nuggets of information, all of them have not been written by Elvis.
No, I don't think there were many that were written by Elvis, to be fair.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just an observation that I've had,
Yeah.
Each one we've sort of done, you've said, and the song was written by, and the original song was by.
Yep.
So I didn't realise some of the songs that he sang were cover songs of previous songs, which is he's just made them huge.
Big, massive,
because of who he is and how he sung it. So yeah, that's interesting as well. So,
I mean, in his lifetime, he had 18 number one hits. As I mentioned just a minute ago, he made 31 movies. The last movie he made was one called Change of Habit, released in 1968, and it came out at the same time as he did his comeback special. And because his music career took off again, then that was the final movie he ever made. Right. And just to finish off with, he never actually toured the UK. He once stopped over in Scotland. He touched down at Prestwick Airport in Scotland in 1960, just after he came out of the army, and it was an US Air Force base at the time, and he stopped for 2 hours and then took off again, and he never toured the UK.
Bizarre. Is that the only time he ever was in the UK then?
That was it.
Well, there you go. He's got so much information, BP2.
I just trawl around. I've got nothing else to do, mate.
He's full of it, isn't he? Everybody. All right, let's keep going.
So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto. Then one night in desperation, the young man breaks away. He buys a gun, he steals a car, he tries to run, but he don't get far, and his mama cries. As a crowd gathers round, an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto. And as the young man dies, on a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child is born in the ghetto. And his mama cries.
Haunting that in the back, isn't it? No fade out there, mate.
No fade out.
That was probably Cissy Houston, backing singer there, mother of Whitney Houston. Mother or aunt? Cissy, I think it's mother. Just to add to that, mate, as you asked, Elvis recorded more than 600 songs in his musical career, but he did not write a single song. He did, however, get co-writing credits on many of his songs because the label demanded he get 50% of the credit before he would record it.
Right.
That's what I got there.
I didn't know that. So he never wrote any of his own songs?
Nope. Recorded more than 600.
I mean, fair. I mean, at the end of the day,
why not?
There's so many artists out there now. I mean, most of the modern artists don't write their own songs. They get written for them and produced for them. They're almost used for their voice, aren't they?
Well, I mean, if you think back to like the Motown, the Hitsville Motown, they had the writers in there, all the guys in there writing the songs, and then they'd get this procession of young artists coming through, singers. They'd give them a song, say that fits you, sing that, So maybe that was what was going on.
It's just interesting for me. I mean, I just assume with Elvis, you know, some of the clips you see him with guitar or whatever, and you think, oh, okay, you know, he's written that one, or to find out that he hasn't. I'm sure he's written songs, but like you say, just not
whether they got recorded or not.
They got recorded. All right, cool. Well, we always score here on Britpop Chat. We'll score the In the Ghetto. For me, that was a nice little chilled track. I would call that like an album track. I wouldn't say it's one of the big ones, or it's a nice, quaint little song. It didn't really blow me away, but it was just a nice chilled
Nice
song.
to see it,
so,
you know.
7.8, 7.9, something like that.
Okay, quite stingy there, but
I don't think so.
No, I mean, it was, you know, probably one of those ones where you've just done a couple of big numbers just to bring it down a bit on stage, isn't it? You know, I would like to give that something a little bit more. 8.5, I'll go. Thank you very much.
All right, so I'll meet you at 8.2 then.
Okay, up there.
8.2 for Britpop's React. There you go. Hit the comments. Let us know. We always enjoy reading your comments, especially around Elvis. What should we react to? What would you like us to watch that you maybe
some of the big ones. Let's do some of the big ones. Heartbreak Hotel, big one.
I know a lot of people have said, you know, I've seen some of the comments, people that might have met him. What they've said and so forth and stuff. It's really nice to hear. So you know, we might not see that we've read them, but we do flick through and we do look. Yeah, we do
always try and thumbs up and heart everything to show that we've been there. And but it's getting hard to reply to everybody now. But thank you very much, and for enjoying what we do and how we do it, and following Elvis. We've converted one.
Yeah. Until next time, it's goodbye from me.
Until next time, he's left the building. Elvis, get your hair out.